exit this. No, we're not going to save the replay. Okay, specialization points. Yes, we'll check out, see if we have. Now we have 7. Last time we didn't have enough to do anything. Could do shock army equipped with large numbers of infantry, artillery, and often heavy tank shock army to penetrate enemy lines so that more mobile forces can easily exploit a breakthrough once achieved. Order free core slot for Katusha BM-13 unit. Stormovik or Stormovik engineers. Okay, that looks like a very good possibility. Don't know if I want to wait for guards. Female factory labor, nice. Land naval combat points. Drop tanks, forced labor. Wasn't all labor forced in the Soviet Union? I don't know. Yeah, we'll go with the shock army. There we go. Okay, looks like the Germans are going to counterattack us here on the Krish. Yeah, that's another thing. I have not played those, but I love the era. I've read it from my bookshelf. Oh, I don't know, 2 bookcases, not shelves, but whole bookcases full on sort of. And then, yeah, in another room I got another, if you count the Scottish Jacobite, yeah, another 3 or 4. I've got, yeah, 5 bookcases on 18th century Napoleonic warfare. I'd love to play some horse and musket type games and talk about the history going on. That would be a very fun thing to do for me as well. Man, for a, you know, I don't know, let's say 36 to 45 era period, you know, roughly 10 years there, World War II is, you know, a huge interest of mine. I mean, for my personal book collection, it dwarfs any other period, no doubt. And I'd not, trust me, I'm never getting tired of talking about World War II, so this is not burnout on the subject. But I would like to talk about other periods of history. And that's what I very much look at this. Yes, I'm here presenting a game for Slytherin, or I'm playing games on my own YouTube channel, and very much so. But what really interests me is talking about the time periods as well while doing it, and so I would love to break out a little bit more from. Oh yeah, my home looks sort of like a library. It's. Do I dislike how many windows I have and that I could have put bookcases up instead there? Not really, but we could maybe start talking about that. So yeah, no, I'm a big time reader. I won't say, because sometimes I bought, you know, used books in fairly large quantities. I haven't read every single thing on my shelves, and a bunch of stuff is sort of reference books that, you know, you just sort of quickly buy, you skim, and then you go back and yeah, a few hundred. Well, I think I have in the low thousands, if you look at it. Meaning maybe 2,000. I don't know. I've never counted. I've got lots of books. And especially if you start checking in like the Offspray Men-at-Arms series and whatever else, and the bookshelves I have full of those. You know, I don't know, you know, how many in like 4 inches. What's that? 20 books or something. You know, so they're not all like big, thick books. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that comes almost down to a little bit more than maybe just a little bit more than a pamphlet. So it's not like, oh, all big, huge tomes. No. But, so I've got a lot of that stuff. And so, yeah, you might want to check out Hollander Spiel's Horse and Musket board game. No relation to the old computer game Horse and Musket. Very good. I probably would. I'm just not really buying or playing, and don't have a lot of opponents right now around me to play board games, but it sounds fun. through my YouTube channel and whatnot, have made some good friends, and some of us play online together on the Discord forum and whatnot. But so far, all of them seem to be in places like Britain, Holland, Romania, China, Norway, Italy, Switzerland, or whatnot. And so, not getting together in person with many of them, even outside of the current conditions. But yeah, so yeah, that just gives you a little more background about me and my interests. I would love to talk about and play other historical periods, and then I too, go back, Dungeons and Dragons, going back to, junior high school for me, and that's like back in the early 80s. So fantasy stuff like Fantasy General 2, I find great too, but it's very fun to play. Little less to talk about because isn't the history behind it. So let's continue. Okay, Kerch Peninsula, May 1942. After the German offensive defeated the main Soviet defenses at Parpatch Narrows, retreating Red Army forces hoped to hold back the enemy long enough to get evacuated across the Kerch Straits. Okay, so it looks like we're going to do... Yeah, the Kerch Straits is an interesting thing. Modern politics... No, we're not. No, not tabletop. It's. I'm not going to start mentioning other games because a lot of them aren't Slytherin. But we play. Well, one of them is War Thunder. A bunch of us play, but play games just over the computer, that kind of thing. Not enough of us have the same games to try to do a tabletop kind of thing. Board game, but so I hope to eventually get people closer to me out here in LA. So if any of you guys are in LA, follow my channels and whatnot, and maybe we'll get to know each other someday. Okay, Kerch Peninsula. Well, the most modern conflict element of it is that Russia's built a bridge across there and now tries to control Ukraine access from here out. What is this, the Sea of Azov, I believe? Okay, but so we've just attacked one way across. Now we're going to see about withdrawing back across the Kerch Peninsula. Then the Soviets later break out from Kerch as part of the, what is it, Case Blue? Fall Blue? Or am I getting that wrong? The Stalingrad campaign, the Caucasus campaign, whatever you want to call that. And then the Germans, sort of down in the sort of the Kuban shield, are holding out, and then they retreat back through the Kerch Peninsula kind of thing, and retire into the Crimea. And then later the Soviets do a later offensive that gets basically a toehold into Crimea, but the Germans push them back. And it isn't until really starting to worry about flanking, if I remember correctly, the Soviets pushing into the Ukraine, that they withdraw out of Crimea. So, yeah. Yeah, no, don't. Because I don't play tabletop. I have a set of micro armor, if you know what that is, from back in the day, and some other, tabletop miniature stuff that I just don't play with anymore. I have it. But just don't play that as I would like to play it, just don't. Computer games have really done well to fill that space for me. Okay, so yeah, Kerch back and forth a lot, but this is going to be Germany's attempt at sealing them off, and the Soviets trying to withdraw intact. Frederick the Great had high appreciation for General George Washington because George Washington was able to do several And I think he was also thinking of the withdrawal from New York in the face of the British. It wasn't so much that George Washington was winning battles. I mean, he did sort of bluff the British at that time, bluff the British out of Boston Harbor and whatnot. But it's retreating in front of the face, in the face of the enemy intact. Frederick the Great thought was one of the great challenges of a general. And so he really appreciated fairly early on George Washington's generalship, as reported, across the Atlantic. Obviously, he wasn't there, but getting the, whatever you want to call them, newspaper reports or whatnot, coming back on what was happening. But so we're I guess faced with a scenario like that. Okay, our situation is desperate, Commander. The German offensive launched a few days ago was quickly smashed our lines in the Pripyat Narrows. Large number of our soldiers are already lost or cut off. The Germans now advancing rapidly to defeat our remaining troops on the Kerch Peninsula. The Stedka, again that's the High Command, already ordered your tank units to redeploy for our offensive near Kharkov, so your force, is severely limited now. Withdraw forward units to better positions to avoid them being overrun easily. Form new defensive lines west of Kerch to buy time, even if it proves impossible to hold the enemy off for long. You probably have only days left to hold the enemy back in order to evacuate from Kerch. We are facing an extremely difficult task, especially since the Luftwaffe on the Crimea has been substantially reinforced to conduct massive air operations. Ooh, that could be painful. Recent weeks, Luftwaffe anti-shipping missions have become so serious that it was already difficult to supply the Crimean front. Black Sea Fleet will guard the evacuation effort now, but naval transports could easily become prey for German bombers. Utilize available aircraft wisely and repair damaged warplanes at Taman. If needed, our installations there will are well protected, and enemy ground units are unable to cross the Kerch Strait currently. Later they do, of course. We are doing everything we can to bring further air support. Do not expect too much. Start. Okay. So, primary objectives. Hold all objectives for 10 turns. We have a total of 16 turns in this thing. Never lose any primary objectives. Okay. Do not deploy more than 3 core tanks. They don't, I guess, want me to have too many tanks potentially trapped on the far side. Protect evacuation efforts. Do not lose the cruiser Orosilov. Destroy 3 aircraft and cause 30 damage. Okay. Close. Okay, so they don't want us deploying too much in the way of tanks, but it was 3 tank units, not 3 particular tank units or type of tank units. So we've got lots of points. Let's do that. Can we no, it's not yet time. Yeah. Yeah, let's see, we could go to a 42 model with no increase in slots instead of the 41 model. Okay, we'll do that for one of these guys here. So we're trying to hold out hold our objectives here, which is here. Don't know, because it had. Just trying to see where we might want to place things. Oh, back here. Okay, so here and here. So we want to hold back here. We have some minor fortifications. We've got some units that are ready to sort of scramble back, it looks like. Okay. Well, that looks like a good place to hold. Down here, maybe holding. So this river line is sort of through here. Okay. So let's see what we can do with this. And let's upgrade you, I think. Okay, well, we want some level of flexibility, so let's somewhat focus on motorized troops here. We don't have a lot. It's already going to be 5 of them. Leaves 12. What can we do with artillery? Would be 3 artillery pieces. Now I'm going to experiment with, because we're now an assault army here. It was giving us a free one of those from command points. So let's see if that. Nope, it's taken that off the command point, but yeah, no, let's undeploy it. These guys, let's down here to back this up. Now I think we need to focus on fighters. Okay, they're gonna, I guess, have to oh, they can deploy up here. Good. We're going to stay away from the hurricanes. Those have shown not to be terribly good against. Okay, we only have 2 factors left in fighters. Yes, there's no 2-factor fighters I'm not going to purchase. More just for this scenario. Let's put you in this unit there. Okay, well, and what's everybody been going on about? Those like planes will be, yeah, planes, anti-aircraft near the ships. Yeah, I didn't bring in the 1 anti-aircraft unit, and I did think of that I thought I had here. Maybe I don't have it. Those truck mounted Machine guns, no, we don't have. So I don't have a good anti-aircraft unit. We do hopefully have some here in this scenario, maybe not, I don't know. But we're definitely going to look at fighters to do our best to cover what we can. For anti-tank, well, I don't have specifically any anti-tank. I think I should buy some anti-tank. Well, maybe I will. Still like my artillery, so let's withdraw these guys and withdraw these guys. We can purchase. We have 7, so yeah, they'll probably be coming down this way. Let's put that there. Yeah, it's leaving us just one. I don't know if there's anything we can... There's a 1 factor or something out there that would be useful. Hey, no. Okay, well, I guess that's what we're going to do here. It's very, very comparable to Panzer Corps, the original, more so than Panzer Corps 2. There are little quirks and differences, but this is just one of the many DLCs for them. So, and Freyr Oakenshield is here. So yes, very, very comparable. There are things that I like better about Order of Battle than Panzer Corps, and there are things I like better about Panzer Corps than Order of Battle. And again, I'm talking about the original Panzer Corps as opposed to Panzer Corps 2. So, if you like the original Panzer Corps and you want just more scenarios, there's a bunch. This is number 2 in this series of 3 DLCs dealing with the Soviet perspective. There's a bunch of stuff, and the base game is free to play. You get a little bit of hype for that, and I believe it's the first scenario in each of the DLCs is also free. So you just go to Slytherin or Steam, I guess, or whatever, download Order of Battle World War II and get whatever the base elements of the base game is, and then try out the first scenario for each of the DLCs to see if you like them and you want to play that. So yeah, it's like, unless you've decided you don't like the game, I don't see why you wouldn't try that. You know, if you just watch some video and go, yeah, this isn't for me, kind of thing. Okay, well, we've got enough time to get this started, so let's do that. I think that's what we're going to do. I maybe put... This is the first time I've encountered this scenario, so I don't know. I may be really bad at it. Martyr 2s. I like Martyr 2s. Now, so remember, we want to just fall back as much of these troops and equipment as we can. Save as much as we can, because some of this stuff, I'm not saying it's like programmed to, you know, automatically die, but we can just see that they're moving around up to here. It's just going to happen with any decent offensive. Don't know how much I like the idea of starting a turn or starting a thing like this that I I'd rather start as my turn. You know, just give me whatever the starting situation is. So even if it would be, I know this is sort of dramatic to watch, but figure, do I want to hold? Do I want to run? Do I want to... Yeah, I don't know the game. So I can't really comment on it. Okay, lots of bombers. We have some fighters. They're going to go up and go after some of those bombers, I guess. Yes, thanks, Pixel. Yeah, and so if you're looking for some scenarios that to play that are fairly, you know, cheap, well, free, you know, might as well get that and try them out. Now, of course, like any good pusher, they're trying to get you hooked on their product. Don't blame them. But maybe they just want me to feel the pain of watching these units destroyed to start. Okay, yes. Okay, hold all secondary objectives for 10 turns. Never lose a primary. Do not deploy more than 3 core tanks. Okay, some of your units are still resupplied at Kretch, so you can expect some reinforcements for the units are being released later as well, but make no mistake, this is still a fight for survival. Okay, well, I think it's sort of an easy thing to do, is to let's go after this bomber here. And I guess we'll instead of concentrating our forces, which might have been a better thing, we'll go after that one as well. Okay, we don't get to move those now. These have got trucks, so they can come back here. Their AA will be useful. Oh, run, 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 run. Or gallop, 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 gallop. Uh-oh. Oh, these guys aren't going anywhere. Well, dudes, you get to die in place, I guess. These guys can run. That's just what they're gonna do. You can come back here and escort them. There's some anti-aircraft cover. I'll move there to sort of cover these guys' retreat. These guys will stay there. Now, what I think we're going to do, since tanks are a bit mobile, they have engines and they get to drive around, we're going to do a limited forward movement before falling back. Let's fall you back to here so we have the anti-tank gun coverage. Okay, we have anything down here? No. Okay, oh, we have a small... Oh, yes. These little Soviet, boats. Some of them actually had like T-34 turrets and things like that mounted on them. I think probably coming this way is just get you out of here and able to escort. We weren't supposed to lose this. So let's, okay, well we do have, I guess, some fighters we can move from over here. Very good. P-40. Oh, cool. Sort of escort them. Keep the destroyers close for some more air cover, hopefully there. No, we can't move these guys. So what more? Okay, yeah, they're staying right where they're at. Well, they're not retreating just yet. They're staying where they are. They're staying where they are for the moment, yeah. Okay, that's all good. There's a decent amount of scenarios too, yes. Ah, well maybe I'll look into the Napoleonic stuff. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this guy, I figured he was gonna die, so I might as well shoot him instead of just run with him. Might delay some troops trying to kill him. Martyrs aren't great infantry killers, but we'll see how this goes. Fairly well, actually, for them. Well, they're decent anti-tank guns. Well, you're doing your job delaying them a bit, I guess. Okay, so they got shot at a bit. Well, they get to sink, almost sink my ship there. Well, that worked out well. I hope the buffering isn't too bad. My current status of going out is going well, so I'm sending well to Twitch, so it depends. Now, I have found definitely with Twitch, certain countries and certain regions don't do get a lot more buffering. So they don't have edge servers everywhere like YouTube does, but so that's just one thing. So I don't know, your location may be affecting this. They are very American-centric. Company Twitch is, and definitely have been expanding into Europe and some other places, but it's still, most of their stuff is American-based. Uh-oh, looks like they're not long for this world. So we can rescue them. Sorry to hear that, Jim. Okay. Okay, Black Sea Fleet warns that Italian Moss boats, unusually active near the Sevastopol, may have been rebased to Feodosia to operate this area. Okay. Well, we're trying to get you out of the way here. I think we will just take the kill here. As it were. They're being ground down a bit now here. Yeah, I think we'll do this. Keep them mutually supportive of each other. All right, well. This looks like we come to here and still engage that. Good. Give them some AA cover there. I think we'll probably want to move them instead of try to do any sort of attack. They can get to the far side there, that's good. Okay, well, treat up this way, we'll just do yeah, that's looking like a rather decent counter attack here. Well, that Pack 40 on that Martyr should do fairly well here. No, you're gonna fall back. Well, they made it easy to come here and mess with them. Now, these guys. No, we're not attacking, we're falling back. That's just a limited action. Yeah, this side of the river there. Yeah, those guys just dig in. No one to attack yet. Well, they're all staying where they're at. Okay, here come the enemy fighters. Oh, you measures meds. Yeah, okay. Good thing you're getting at least some. No, not very fast. And why did you have to move away from your air cover? Okay, well, you got sunk. This really does look like a strung out retreating army with the horses and the armored cars and whatnot all along the road. I was just thinking about trying to smash that half track there, but no, not with them up to here. We need to fall back, I think. Okay, first ship carrying wounded soldiers ready to leave port, ensure that they reach another fighter unit. Okay, so we have another fighter unit is ready over here. Okay, good. See anybody we can strike at now? Yes. Do we get control of one of these, or are they just gonna... Yes, we're ganging up on them. Combine whatever AA capabilities they have. Okay. Well. Okay, well they can get over here and be ready to shoot down. That's nice. Very nice. They can come to here, they can come to here. We will upgrade these guys. Reinforce them, I should say. Okay. For a moment, I'll just come to here. We're to hold the southern sector a bit. Okay. Yeah, they're staying right where they're at. Yeah, let's just do that. Okay. What minor spoiler later in this scenario, two Italian motorists appear there. Oh, the moth witch, unique to background story. Connoisseurs will love reading about it. Very interesting. Yeah, there was a whole even before the Barbarossa starts. There's a whole mission of Germans to Romania that they sort of quote unquote sell as an advisory mission, which includes several divisions of infantry at the time. Posted to Romania, and there's a an army command. I've looked into this for another game. An army command that's sent down there, a Luftwaffe command, which is mainly anti-aircraft at the time for Ploetzi oil field, and a Kriegsmarine advisory command that moves in, you know, some German E-boats or whatever. You know, transports them over land, and that Kriegsmarine gets expanded over time, taking over some vessels. I'm not quite exactly sure where they're getting them all from, but you know, as time expands. But they're down there, starting out, all preparing for operations. You know, out of Romania, defending Romania, preparing operations into the Black Sea, and just before, not like weeks or a month or something before the invasion of Russia starts, Romania is hit with a massive earthquake that takes out, really damages a few cities. So, and some of this I found out from an American newspaper article about it, how the Germans that were already in the area shift over to earthquake relief missions for the Romanians. Now, this is again before the Barbarossa starts, so you have what's going on, you know, in Yugoslavia and Greece, and the Italians in North Africa still at that time are going on, but and of course, you know, the U-boats, but the big Barbarossa hadn't happened yet. So they were doing a mission. Then yes, I did not know. I knew the Italians had done something in the Black Sea, but I don't know what they're going to see later in this area. Okay, we have at least time enough to see the German turn. Okay, we're getting shot up. If they survive, they gotta go to an air base and land and get healed up. Okay, they may not survive. Wow, lots of those Panzer 3s, Panzer 4s. Okay, that's actually, we're doing fairly well here. So, okay, well, means I guess we're going to need to hit here first. We've just done that with the KVs. I guess it still holds the bridge. It won't advance. From there, let's see if we can get our single strength fighter down, because I don't want to lose. That one flying home as well, just a little too damaged. Try to get them a little better taken care of. So far, they haven't come anywhere near all of our central artillery positions, which is, I guess, a good thing, but I haven't been able to shoot them up like I would like. We can turn these guys, I guess, to AA mode. There we go. Yeah, let's move a bit more down here. So there's not looking like too much armored forces. It's right here at the concentration. We will shift as needed. Okay. Down here. Oh, the air base. Okay, well, nothing I can do about that. Yeah. One more turn. At least let's watch the Germans do their thing. Okay, so they're actually starting to leave now. Good. They're flying back. Good. It means they're out of fuel or low on fuel. Now they're gonna bomb my airbase. Uh-oh. Wounded my pilot. Well, guess that's better than losing him. Ouch. Okay, he's gonna fall back. Okay, oh, next ship is ready to evacuate. Wounded comrades. We managed to make more units ready, including another air squadron. Very good. Okay, we have a bunch more things we could buy. Wounded commander. Wounded in action has been hospitalized for recovery. Fine. Hospitalized. Zhukov is hospitalized for recovery. Okay, well, we're going to have to end this here, though. I want to keep going to the next turn and the next turn. That's how good this is. So I want to thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, please follow the channel. You can also follow my channel over on Twitch as well. If you like, which I stream mostly on the weekends for many more great games. Oh, let me read Van Bishop's. These guys, together with 4 Republican submarines and ourselves, were transferred by train to Sevastopol. They managed to sink several ships at cruiser destroyer September 43. They were seized due to Italy switching sides, right? The crews were imprisoned in Romania later. Pocket subs and the pig were studied by the Soviets. Right, the pigs were those diver-based subs. Thank you, Arno. Thanks, Van Bishop, for the post and interesting information. Thanks, Eating Cheese and Tony First Gen and everyone else. So, yeah, I'll be back sometime and we'll be doing more here. Thanks, everyone. See you next time.